So it's become very abnormal for players to be controller nowadays on console. Everybody's Zim, and it's just become normalized to play MK on console. This pressure has turned a lot of players from controller to Zim because they just can't compete against Zim players. Now, last time I did one of these reactions to like Zim players or like MK on console just in general, I had somebody DM me telling me they're gonna hack me. I had the same guy tell me I was racist or whatever because the guy I reacted to was I guess black, and I don't know where race comes into a part. So I just want to make it aware that there's no hate towards any of these people. It's just kind of funny that I get to watch someone who's cheating on console play, and they make videos and content. That's it. I have nothing against anybody who make these types of videos. It gives me content at the end of the day. And if you make these videos and if you use Zim on console, like, it's whatever. I still think you're cheating. And when it comes to the game, you're ass. But when it comes to anything like that matters, you know, I don't have any personal issues for anybody. So just keep that in mind when watching this video instead of going into the comments and, you know, chatting shit. But let's get into the video. Now, I had this video sent to me directly via DM by one of my buddies, and he thought it would be a funny video, so here I am. And the video is called When a XIM APEX Mouser Smurfs. Okay, I don't know what editing software is, Share Factory. I think this is on PlayStation. I respect that. That is probably the only thing I'm probably going to respect out of this whole video, is that he's going out of his way to make a video, but he's dealing with his resources that he has. He probably doesn't have like a PC or any type of like editing software, so he's using what he has. I think this might be a PlayStation, like, yeah, it's called Share Factory. So he's making it literally on his PlayStation. So that is dedication, to be honest, because most people like to make 1,000 excuses of why they can't make a video, and you know, he's, you know,
an actual demon.
I think the funniest part is probably the commentary of him, and like you know, you hear the comms and whatever, and this man just said he's an
actual demon.
I'm curious to see what rank he is. I'm about to R6 tab him here in a minute just to what do they expect though? I'm not gonna lie, like his aim, it's supposed to be like better than the, you know, normal, and he just, you know, he's able to readjust a lot better and more consistent than a controller. So like we're nutting over a 2K, a simple 2K. Like he kills Frost, he shoots at a wall at the beginning, he kills Frost, and he readjusted the last person, and you know, we're nutting over a simple 2K. He dropped 23 kills, guys. 23 kills. Holy hell. 23 kills, man. This man just threw this screenshot in there. He took a picture off like a flip phone or something, and he's like, this is going straight into the video. So he dropped 23 kills. So what rank do you think he is? Let me know down in the comments right now. I'm about to show his R6 tab. He's gold 2 right now, guys, and his highest rank was plat 2 or plat 1 last season. And I think this is the reason why Zim and just MK in general is such an advantage. It brings like silver and gold players to higher elo that they would never see if they were on a controller. And I try to look at Siege like it's a team-based game, communication-based, all of that. And players just don't play it that way, especially on Zim. I feel like a lot of players now, when you face them on console, it's a huge TDM match. And I feel like that's not the point of Siege, though. When you play Siege, you kind of play it for the communication aspect that you have with your team and coordinating wise with your utility. And people are just going ahead and they're dropping 23 on people's heads because they're on Zim. I don't think he would have done this on a controller. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely possible, but I don't know how skillful he's on a controller. But I believe that any skillful controller player you see, you'll never see them switch over to a Zim. They don't need to. Look at people like Truman, for example. Man literally has great aim on a controller. Look at Pina. Look at Royal Penguin. Look at all these good players on controller. They would never, or they will never need a Zim. Royal Penguin's a controller diamond. Pina's a controller champion on PC. Like, both of them are on PC. That's crazy, man.
Tell me when he's speaking my door. You have the cam, right? Or you don't? Somebody just dropped black top. They're coming.
Yo, you know, I'm not gonna lie. Like, besides him being on Zim, his communication is very, like, he's communicating what's needed. Like, besides him, you know, being MNK and cheating, he's communicating how you should. He's calling out, like, who he killed. He's calling out, like, what he's hearing, like, sound calls. Besides him not calling out that it's a sound call, you know, he seems like he's doing relatively, like, well.
They're coming, man. My mouse just turned off, bro. No fucking way.
Okay, and the argument still stands. You know when players are like, yo, I switched to XIM because I can't afford a PC? A XIM is very expensive from my knowledge. Like, it's $100 plus. And then if you want a decent keyboard and mouse, because nobody's going to want to be rocking an office mouse. And then you have people complaining, oh, I just want to practice, you know, before I switch to PC. Like, it's a bunch of bullshit. Yo, what is that castle strat, though? Like, why are they castling off Courtyard like that? What the fuck is that? I don't think I've ever seen this, guys. Usually, you know, in Courtyard, you keep holes in the bottom for blue bar, and then you have somebody playing around lobby, and they can actually peek in, so nobody can just jump in blue bar. This kind of, like, defeating... They don't... You know, man, maybe they have their own strat. I don't know. Okay, here's my thought process after watching so many XIM videos, especially like these. I feel like Microsoft and Sony either have to make a decision when it comes down to like these devices, whether it's allowing MNK on console or completely going back and trying to swipe off these third-party devices. What happens if they allow MNK on console? They would probably sell more products themselves, especially if they sold their own adapter maybe, or they found a way to... you know, just allow it in general, because XIMs, you wouldn't need them anymore if they allowed it on Xbox and PS5. But here's an issue right now. The newer console generation, for example, you look at a PS5 and PS4 players. PS4 players have to play on 60 FPS, and PS5 players get to play on 120 FPS. That 60 FPS difference is huge. Especially coming from somebody that's on PC, you see somebody that's on a 60 Hz monitor compared to a 140, 120 Hz monitor. It's a huge difference, and it gives you way more of an advantage. Now, keep in mind that there's PS5 players out there using MNK on console. So they're just having all these advantages, and it's making console just not fun to play. I know when I was on Xbox One, I was fine facing MNK players and XIM players, but that was just me, and I was on controller. But it seems like the influctuation of these players is just getting higher and higher. So I feel like they just need to pick a decision. I feel like these companies just need to do one of two things: allow MNK on console, or just completely try to purge it. Because like there is benefits to having MNK on console, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of MNK on console in general, even if they allowed it, because you know you buy a console and it's supposed to be like a casual, you know, environment. That's what it is. You play on a controller. I try to look at consoles just like how it was growing up, playing N64 and like earlier PlayStations. Like you would be on a controller. I couldn't imagine playing those games on an MNK. But maybe I'm just old. But what's your thoughts and opinions on MNK on console? Let me know down in the comments. But don't go ahead and show this man any hate. You know, let him post whatever. He's at the end of the day, like what is your hate comment gonna do besides ruin somebody's day? It's cringe. Besides that, I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on twitch.tv. Link will be down in the description. Thank you so much for watching the video, especially this far.